Hi guys. Okay. Well, I'm a bit sad today. Kind of a lot sad actually. I'm coming from a funeral. This is like the fourth funeral in the last 2 months of young people. Now, my friend who died today, I'm going to address some of the issues I felt about her death. She died of cancer and I don't know, just to me, people not getting certain things, but I'm going to do that in another video, I think. Today I want to talk to you about my last friend whose funeral I went to and how he died. He slipped into a diabetic coma, and I think this is really going to be important information for a lot of you to hear because maybe you're going to be going through some of the same things that he was going through, and this literally could save your life. Now, he didn't know he had diabetes. However, I think he should have known. He clearly was avoiding and ignoring symptoms for some time. And like a lot of guys don't like to tell you that they're not feeling well, but he has a family history of diabetes. His father has diabetes. His brother nearly died of diabetes complications 10 years ago. He wasn't living in the same country at the time, so I don't know if my friend was just not aware of the extent of that, because I think that with what he was going through now, something should have clicked and he should have thought, you know what, this could be something else. But he was just suddenly feeling very flu-like. He just was like not feeling well, thought he had the flu, and I heard that he, was just kind of just sick. And on the night he should have gone to the hospital or to a doctor, he instead called for a friend to bring him some Neocitran. He figured he had the flu, he'd down some Neocitran, he'd feel better. But when this friend got to his place, he was like, "You do not look good." He was shaking, he really looked bad enough that this other friend said, "You got to go to the doctor, man." And my friend refused to go. My friend was like, "Oh, no, I'm going to be fine." Well, he lived alone, and he slipped into a coma. He was found 2 days later, dead, in his apartment. And I don't even know if he knew it hit him. I don't know if he got to a point where he realized, oh, shoot, I should have called for help, if he was too weak, or if he just laid down and he went to sleep. So I was kind of like really baffled. I'm like, how does someone who's young, he was in his 40s, just like feel sick with the flu and die? I was like it really bothered me for a while. And then the funeral came and I got to talk to his family members I'd never met. And I said, well, because in the meantime there was some speculation, someone said maybe diabetes, and he had the big belly, he was overweight. So I think that even for him and for anyone else who might be going through some of this stuff that I'm going to get to, and you're overweight, you gotta go to the doctor. I mean, don't leave it until you die. You live alone, you don't live alone. Just why? Why do this? But he had a big belly, and he loved his junk food, pizza, sugar, whatever, the standard American crappy diet, fast food diet, because he wasn't married. He just didn't really cook well for himself. And one of the things I'm not going to forgive myself for is I said to him at one point, I really want to talk to you about some nutrition stuff and let you watch some videos. You tell people this and they start glazing their eyes over, they don't want to hear it from you. You're not a doctor. But I wanted to give him a copy of Forks Over Knives, and we had dated for a bit, so we're talking sometimes, but not all the time, and maybe had I seen him, I would have given him the movie, but I probably didn't see him as much just because we, were no longer dating, but we were still friends. In any case, the family said he was feeling flu-like for 3 months, at least 3 months. He would feel very flu-like, oh, I'm sick. And then the next day, his brother would call and he'd be like, oh, I'm feeling better. He kept fluctuating between feeling like flu-like and then feeling better, flu-like, but daily. And that now just made so much more sense to me. He was feeling the signs of insulin spikes and his pancreas not working. He was a full-blown diabetic at this point and eating the same way, and maybe at times he would eat something different and his body would, the insulin would produce properly or whatever, and he would feel okay, and then he'd eat something else and he'd feel like crap. But guys, you cannot feel flu-like for 3 months and not go to the doctor. I really don't understand why he didn't do it. I could understand if like 4 days he felt flu-like and died, but his body was giving him signs of disease for a long time. So if you're feeling this flu-like symptoms that just won't go away, go to the doctor. It could very well be diabetes. You'll get your medication, maybe you know how to change your diet, you'll be able to check for your blood sugar, but you won't end up dying of a diabetic coma like my friend did. I'm mad at him. I mean, to me it feels like he committed suicide. I just feel like, why would somebody feel sick on and off, and more on than off it sounds like, for a solid 3-month period and do nothing? I don't get it. It boggles my mind. I accept that he's a man. Men never want to get help. But he's gone, and everybody else is left dealing with his sudden death and feeling stressed out and depressed and questioning why. And some people are saying, oh, it was his time. And I just don't believe that. If you are a Christian, you believe in God, and I do, I believe God gave him all kinds of signs that he should have followed up on. What more can God do besides stand in front of you and say, hey, bozo, do what you got to do, go to the doctor. And his diet. I mean, we don't eat the right foods. The standard American diet is causing people to get diabetes, cancer, obesity, heart disease at alarming rates. And not to say that if you don't eat that stuff, you're going to be completely immune, but you're going to be leaps and bounds ahead than someone who's eating like my friend did. Way too much fast food, way too much processed food, all for taste, nothing for nutrition. It's really frustrating. So I just really wanted to do this video to point out, like, if you're feeling unwell for any reason, dizzy, shaky, as he would feel sometimes, flu-like, don't write it off as a flu if it's continuing. Go to the doctor, because you might not realize you have diabetes. And if you don't, you could end up just like my friend, gone way too soon. The sweetest guy, really, and it's a real tragedy to me and to everyone who knew him. So I hope you guys take heed, and I'm going to try to be better at sharing the message. I think at least give people copies of Forks Over Knives just so they can get an idea. Nutrition matters. What you put in your body matters for how your body functions. It's just a fact. And I think we've completely forgot that, or we completely just want to believe it's like incidental. And yeah, the one thing I heard a doctor say, and this is an amazing woman who had lupus and cured her lupus going plant-based, completely coincidental. She didn't know. She went plant-based to lose weight for a wedding. Lo and behold, her lupus of like 12 years, 17 medications a day is gone, and it's been gone for 10 years. Her name is Brooke something. She's the vegan medical doctor, and her husband is the vegan body revolution guy. I just can't remember her last name right now. But she said, your genetics determine what disease you'll get. Your diet determines if you'll get it. So that's what I want to leave you guys with. And, I really hope this helps someone, because I think it could. And I wish to God, because there's a part in Forks Over Knives where the woman talks about getting diabetic symptoms that sounded like what my friend was going through, and I didn't know he was going through this. Like, he didn't tell me, like, he didn't tell people, I guess just his family. But had he seen that, maybe he would have recognized, wait, this could be diabetes, and he'd be here today. Alright guys, that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and anything you want to ask me, hit me up. Again, I think I'm going to get into the next topic about this last funeral, and just our general kind of confusion, I think, about food, nutrition, and how to keep ourselves healthy. Alright, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.